me back home alive, you know. Really, I was, in that moment, I remember standing over there at that thing when this Palestinian girl came, and all I was thinking of was, I just don't know what I'm doing over here, you know. How can we get peace in a place like this, where everyone is fighting all the time, you know. So, and then, you know, and I was I was feeling so miserable, so down, standing over there. And then this Palestinian girl came, and she had all these boxes of paints, and she was so excited, and it was curfew, there's no traffic now. She comes and she's got these boxes of paints, her head is covered, and she's running, and she's coming to me, and she's saying, you know, we've got a taxi for you, it's a big miracle has happened, there are no cabs, nothing, but taxi has come, and I got a shop, and I convinced that guy to open. I've got these 20 boxes of paints, and now we are going to paint in your workshop. Please come, Rumi, this, that. How come you're Rumi? Are you Muslim? So I said, okay, before I explain to you everything, like, anyway, so they took me there. I did this workshop for Yasser Arafat's Center for Middle East Nonviolence and Democracy, and there's 8 or 10 of my Arab brothers and sisters were over there, and it was a small group, and I started to tell them about colors. We relate to all this beauty, you know. I said, take a color in your hand, think of something. In my color therapy workshops, we do these sketches, and then through the sketches and the painting and all that, I sort of encourage people to understand something about themselves. What was, you know, what God speaks to you when we do creative activity. When you're composing something, designing something, you know, there's a certain peace which comes in from within, and you get inspiration and revelations. When I used to tell them about Jesus Christ and that forgiveness is what is going to bring peace into the Holy Land, they said, no, we can't believe you, you know. So I still pray for them. I still pray that their hearts will change somewhere, that they will forgive. And I told the same thing to the Israelis. You must forgive. There's no peace in our land or in our language or in our families or anything. Peace is a thing in the spirit realm. Peace happens from deep within. It's something which touches your soul. Peace cannot be bought. You cannot go to McDonald's or the supermarket. You cannot pay money and buy peace. You cannot, it's not something which you can pay for. You know, you cannot become famous and get peace, or get lots of money and get peace. It doesn't happen like that. Peace is a fruit of love. When there's love, then peace happens. It's like that. I was walking home one day, and I was 10 rupees with me, and I said, God, maybe I should pray a little bit for money. I was just thinking, you know. I said, theek hai, artist life. I said, okay, ups and downs, hota hi hai. So, but when I was going home, I saw that our prayer tower, the office, the door was open. And I was surprised because I thought these people are not in town, so how come? So I went inside, and Pastor Matthias was sitting over there, and and I said that, I said, why don't I just ask him to pray? And I was, at that moment, all I was thinking was that if I can get $100, then tomorrow I don't need to take a bus to church. I can take a rickshaw to church. So I just said, you know, Pastor, if you can just pray for me, and you know, if you can just pray for $1,000, it'll be great. Oh, even 100, I told. It doesn't matter. No. I think about money last. I'm talking about a channel where I'm not even thinking about the finances now, you know. Everyone asked me, finances now. I said, pata nahi, you know. So money comes last for me, and I was just telling him that, nay. So he said, you know, Rumi, you don't know, you're not praying correctly. So I said, what? So he said, you know, he's a God of heaven and earth. He's such a mighty God. Why are you asking him for 100 rupees and 1,000 rupees? And I said, no, Pastor, you don't. You see, right now I just have $10 with me. And you see, I just got this fish. I bought it on credit because the fisherwoman is a friend, and she always like, nahi, didi, nahi chahiye, tum leke jao, theek hai. So I said, you know, like I always get food and also just little cash to. So he says, no, you pray for 10 crores. So I thought, like, from 10 rupees to 10 crores, I mean, like, it was quite a, you know, jump, like, you know, in zeros and everything. I said, but then I thought, Pastor's telling me I shouldn't say no, and I didn't know what to say. So I said, then I thought, हाँ, that 100,000, everything comes in 10 crores, na? तो जब मिलेगा 10 crore मिलेगा. So I said, okay, Pastor, you pray for me. Why don't you pray, you know? And I folded my hands and I pray. And if you pray, then you have to do it sincerely. You can't just take a prayer from a pastor, because God sees the heart. He discerns the motive. So at that, you know, I just say, oh, pastor saying, acha, bol do. You know, no naam ke vaste stuff happens with Jesus Christ. Either the real thing happens where you really believe and pray and expect a miracle, or you don't do it better, I would say, you know. But God hates hypocrites, you know. He can see through you and everything at one shot. So when he started to pray and he said, Maker of heaven and earth, all the finances are at your feet. Rumi is your child. She is serving you and she has a particular need, and may you provide for her. Lord, I pray 10 crores. So I said, okay, thank you. You know, I said, thanks a lot, Pastor. I felt very nice after the prayer also. And I live just up from our prayer tower. So I went up and I said, God, Pastor prayed very nice prayer today. Very, very nice, I'm telling Jesus. Itna acha. And I said, I remember this. Lord, your sovereign will over all of planet Earth, everything is at your feet, all the wealth of the nations belong to you. And I said the whole prayer back, fat, 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 I said it again, you know. And after saying it, I heard the Holy Spirit say, done. You know, just one word, done. 10 crores. I said, 10 crores done. God is also saying. Then I said, but Lord, I'm just a housewife. I have, what need do I have? I have paintings and all, and little, you know, my bills are being paid, I'm solvent. So then he said, YTV. That's when the Holy Spirit first gave me this name, YTV. You know, because I asked him, what should I use all this money for? Because I believed at that moment that I would get a certain financial breakthrough or a release, you know. So I said, I didn't know what. So then I heard the name YTV. And that's how this idea of the channel came, that what YTV. So about YTV, the name happened when I prayed with Pastor Matthias. Then in 2005, I did a small presentation, and there I released my CD, Colors of Compassion, where there's a workshop going on, and where through the CD, people can watch the CD, and then they can also start painting using that CD and what I say in the CD about paint and color and art and the spirit and, you know, all those ideas, whatever I explained, they can also use the CD. In 2006, I mentioned to you earlier, I started the representation, the company, forming the company, and 2007, Peace Kit, A Voice in the Wilderness, which gives a kind of milestones of each of the events which happened from 1999 when I started, and Israel and all this, and I sent this for Gandhi Jayanti to Dr. Manmohan Singh. After this Peace Kit, I wrote about the second coming to the Pope Benedict. I called him up at the Vatican, and someone told me to fax my testimony to him. I also wrote to the Archbishop of Canterbury. This I did last year in 2008. And I have a promise from God that this channel will be used by him to minister to the whole world. The idea to do it is in every 14 different Indian languages, Arabic and Hebrew, so that people get to hear about God or to relate to God in their own language. I'm comfortable with English, so I would like to do as much as I can with English, but a Bengali, Hindi-speaking person, a Malayali-speaking person, an Arabic, you know, so that is the vision behind YTV. Now, I'll just do a small worship dance for you, because when I started work on the channel, all I was doing at home was playing music, and I would be dancing. And I say, God, when you come, I want to dance for you. I would keep saying that. Lord, when you come, I want to dance for you. Is it allowed? Because in churches, we don't dance. And I said, God, is it okay? And then God told me how King David used to dance for him outside the temple in Jerusalem, you know. That Prabhu ka nasha hoke, nacho. So I just did this dance, which I'll just perform for you. And that